On November 9th of 2024, CBU women's soccer won their first WAC championship. At CBU, there are many different ways to get around on campus. Some people bike, scooter, skateboard. At CBU, there are a number of international students and student athletes on campus. CBU faculty and students are not the only people experiencing right-sizing. In fact, people living in Riverside, California, and the rest of the U.S. are also experiencing this too. Martin Luther King High School has been in controversy over a transgender girl joining the female cross-country team. Taylor Starling, an athlete on the women's cross-country team, was moved down to the JV team after a transgender girl ran a faster time. Starling's parents filed a lawsuit in federal court against the Riverside Unified School District.
He wasn't attending any of the practices.
That's Taylor Starling, who says the athletic director moved her down to the JV team.
Shocked to me that I would be moved down to JV when I met all the requirements and he didn't.
Congress passed a bill in January banning transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. Then in February, the White House issued an executive order 14201 keeping men out of women's sports.
Hopefully that House bill will get passed by the Senate and signed by the president, and then just with President Trump's executive order that recognizes the true and biological definition of sex, that's huge and that's great for our female athletes.
While some say males and females should compete in separate categories, others say transgenders do not have a biological advantage.
According to a recently published study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, transgender female athletes who have been on hormone replacement therapy are actually at a physical disadvantage as compared to their cisgender contemporaries.
Skylar Cardin, an outreach manager for the Transgender Health and Wellness Center, says that transgender athletes are being discriminated against, affecting them not only currently, but also in the future.
Instead of being able to participate in sports as themselves, transgender people are now forced to either stay closeted or give up their passions, career opportunities, and potential pathways to college scholarships.
The executive order says that schools receiving federal money cannot deny women an equal opportunity to compete in sports. Reporting in Riverside, I'm Amber French. Today I'm outside of the Orange County Registrar of Voters, where ballots in Orange County are being counted. This election, there are many different ways for Americans to cast their vote, whether that be in person, mail-in, or dropping off their ballot. With many different ways of voting, we wanted to find out what the voting process looked like for first-time voters. Let's take a look.
So in Orange County, we are excited to offer 4 different easy and secure ways to cast your ballot. Voters can choose to return their ballot that they received in the mail via U.S. Postal Services. They can choose to drop off their completed ballot at a drop box or choose to drop off their ballot at a vote center. Voters also have the choice of marking and voting in person at any of our 184 vote centers in the county.
She was able to tell us if people are taking advantage of voting early.
I think our data shows that we're close to about 40,000 voters who have decided to vote early.
A first-time voter tells us how he is voting in this election and gives advice for college students.
I think it's pretty exciting voting this year for the first time because I've never been able to do so before. I know there's a bunch of ways that you can vote. I know people will go in person to vote, some people will do it by mail, but I chose to bring my mail-in ballot they gave me and bring that into the polls to actually drop off my ballot so I can see them taking it and know that it actually went to where it's supposed to be going. If you're over age of 18 and you're able to and registered to, you should go vote and have your voice heard in our election.
It was great to get informed on the process of voting, whether you are a first-time voter or it's your 5th time. As Roxanne said, voting couldn't be easier. Go vote. With CBU TV, I'm Amber French. This year in the 2024 to 2025 CBU Swim and Dive season would be the first time in CBU history someone from the U.S. Paralympic national team would be competing D1 at California Baptist University. This swimmer is named Braxton Wong. He is a freshman studying nursing and an American record holder. Let's hear more about his story and why he chose swimming.
I had originally chosen gymnastics as my sport, but then as you can see, I have some hip problems too, when I'm walking, and then obviously my leg problems. I wanted to do diving actually right after, but diving isn't a Paralympic sport, and so swimming is, so I just found swimming.
As I learn more about Braxton's story, he shares with us how he lost his leg.
So I didn't actually lose my leg, but I was born in China with a birth defect in my right leg. And so I was born with shorter legs, and so I couldn't really use my right leg at all. When I was about 4, my family adopted me, and then I moved to the United States. And I think when I was about 5, I had it amputated, and then I was fitted for a prosthetic leg so that I could walk.
I also was able to ask Braxton Wong if he plans on trying for the Paralympic Games in the future, and if so, at this point, how close or far is he to making it?
Oh, I would love to go to the Paralympic Games. I had won the 100 butterfly at trials. I didn't get the qualifying time, so you have to get the qualifying time, and then you have to obviously place well. I think I was about 2 seconds off, 2.5 seconds off in the 100 fly, but yeah, I would love to go to LA 2028. That's definitely a goal of mine.
Wong 106.22, McNear 106.23.
Braxton Wong is certainly an inspirational CBU athlete. We look forward to seeing him compete in the Paralympics in the future. This is Amber French with CBU TV. And I'm Amber French, and welcome to CBU TV's first edition of Lancer Sports this semester, where we talk all things CBU athletics. A mid-air collision between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines flight from Kansas killed all 67 people. Hegseth will tackle issues such as global conflicts, border security, as well as strengthen the U.S. military along the southern border. Rain fell in parts of Southern California Sunday, increasing the risk of toxic ash runoff in areas scorched by the Los Angeles area wildfires. Those are some stellar plays for the month. It's crazy what these athletes can do. More rain in the forecast in Los Angeles for this Tuesday. For CBU TV, thanks for watching. If you're lucky like me, you might be able to catch a ride. With CBU TV, I'm Amber French. Bye! Even with all this being said, In-N-Out is still one of the more affordable burgers in California. So don't feel bad because it's still worth a few extra dollars.